Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to part 30 of Donkey Kong Country 2 Unveiled. Part 30, 30 Creme Coins, what a coincidence. Here we go with the second last level of the Lost World. Wow, what a journey has it been. I never imagined that it would be over 30 parts for this Let's Play. Just because every other time I've played the Donkey Kong Country game, we'd always have, a lot of parts with 2-3 levels in them, and of course, I wasn't expecting there to be the whole Club of Coin hunt, so Unveiled has really thrown a lot of curveballs at us, but wow, has it been a wonderful game, and that takes us to Club's Kiosk in World 5 here. And once again, we're going to be paying up 15 Creme Coins, which leaves us with 15 remaining. And what kind of level will we have today? Will it be a volcano level? Will it once again be related to the steerable directional barrels that I hadn't realized until it was mentioned in a comment a couple of videos ago, but those are actually exclusive to this level in the original game. And yeah, of course, throughout this ROM hack, they've been placed in many different places. Once again, showing how awesome it is that ROM hacks can repurpose those things which might be underused in the original game and really give them new life in, the fan creations. But Forge Gorge, here we go. What can we expect today? Alright, well, we have the, spiky cannonballs from the K. Rool fight. We have just Diddy. Now, I actually wasn't paying attention. I wonder if this level has a filter of sorts? We haven't actually seen, I think, a level in a while that, filters what Kongs you can bring into it. And can I reach that? I mean, there's no reason to really try, and it floated away. I was just a little bit curious, but okay. This is cool so far. I like what we're getting. And yeah, there's just, we gotta get used to playing the game again. Is this level going to be all about cannonballs? Because, every level so far, it's been like, it disables a button, it adds a time limit, it's reversing your controls. But if literally the only gimmick here is that it messes, or rather it introduces like, a whole bunch of cannonball gimmicks, and otherwise doesn't mess with my controls, I could see this being somewhat decent. Now that's one of those cattail things you can hang on to, right? Yes. Oh, but you can't touch the... Oh, so is it supposed to look like a... Looks like a spear. Perhaps. Okay, so you cannot touch the tops of those, unlike the normal cattail objects. Good to know. But otherwise, yeah, this level looks like it's just going to be all about, Forge Gorge, metal, spiky objects. Understood. Now, can I hang on to the right and not get hit? Okay, yes. Ooh, okay, so yeah. It's going to be a lot of careful maneuvering so that you don't accidentally touch the jagged objects. Very cool. Now, exactly what I was saying, this is, basic platforming with a little bit of a twist in terms of, like, all these new things that you don't normally encounter in the original game. But otherwise, it's not like the controls are messed with in any way. So I am excited to see what we have in store here. It's going to be a lot of really long, awkward jumps, it looks like. Interesting. And, I mean, I need to confirm. I get the feeling this is going to be a level that they only let you be Diddy in. Because it feels like Dixie would probably break a lot of things. Wasn't there a DK barrel right at the beginning? I mean, as much as I hate playing this level. Alright. So, we should now technically have both Kongs. But I get the feeling it's just going to filter Diddy. Yes, so there is no Dixie in this level, which means there's going to be no DK barrels, which means it's always going to be you just have one hit. And that is how you get that balloon. So we actually never have to life farm if I just keep getting that at the beginning of the level. Very nice. But okay, this is manageable. This is very manageable. Just we need to figure out, like, I feel like maybe I should go from the top here. Oh, okay. So you can probably do it from the bottom. It just takes a really well-timed jump. It's really tough not to just, like, accidentally touch those a little bit. It's funny, these cannonballs that move back and forth really bring back vibes of the K. Rool fight, which, as you'll likely remember, took me a little while to beat. So, okay, going from that top level there, didn't seem to do too well. Can we do it from the bottom if we time our jumps properly? Like, it doesn't seem like you can get enough distance from the bottom one either. Maybe I just need to time it better from the top. And this is just another one of those situations where, like, once we figure that out, we'll be good. We just need to kind of figure it out the first time. That was really close. So, of course... never mind. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out for the bonus game. Now, one thing that's, you know, loves to happen in these volcano levels is for walls that you can break open, because there's just so many, you know, slanted kind of formations where it's possible to do that. So anytime I see a crate or, you know, any kind of barrel, I'm definitely going to assume that there's probably a wall somewhere we need to destroy. But okay, but first we have to figure out this. Now, yeah, I just don't feel it. I don't know. Because of how high up the K is, like, it makes me feel like you need extra height, and so you probably have to go from this level here. I'm wondering if, you know, we should start from this side. I don't know. Like, I don't feel good about it from either the top or the bottom. I feel like the bottom is probably the correct place to roll from. I just don't know how to time it yet. Can you go underneath that spiky ball? Doesn't look like you should be able to, but maybe it's worth a try? Okay, let's try this. Oh. Wow. So the K is really, like, up there to distract you, I guess. Like, you could... Like, I'm not gonna do it. But I guess if you really wanted to, you could probably do a thing like that. But okay! You know, if after enough tries, going over doesn't work, going under might definitely be the solution. Now, I mean, I say that, and then we immediately have another situation where, should it be over? Should it be under? Only time will tell. Wow, it's almost like that's the easiest part of the level now all of a sudden. These cannonballs. Again, so much PTSD from the K. Rool fight. Oh, whoa. Whoa! Shoot. I was kind of just like, yes! And I did not think a cannonball was going to come up from off screen, but okay, so we figured that one out. Another under attempt. Very nice. That's interesting. Like, I think the banana changed color from yellow to gray, because I would think that, you know, the Kong letters would share palette with... It's interesting that here the K is gray, but then the bananas are yellow. I don't know. I don't know how any of that works, but okay, we're back here again. And yes, you gotta time that well so that you don't jump too early and hit the spikes. Like, am I wrong? Or did I just... Was I seeing something? I guess I was. Whoa, almost touched that. It's not normal to think that, you know, the top of these things are going to hurt you. Interesting that they were able to change that, though. But okay, so this... Wow, look how easy that is. And I guess, you know, we're not going to get all the Kong letters in this level, but hey, it's not tracked anyway, so it's not needed for complete completion. Okay, now... Okay. So let's just get our bearings here. So this guy's gonna come back, and we should jump. Okay, so a little bit too early, but the point was I was gonna try and make that jump so that we just kind of went over it and then didn't have to worry about it after. Oh, almost kind of slid down that ramp there. This level's always had like a really weird kind of, you know, platforming to it because of the slanted platforms. Okay, we can go under here. Very nice. Do a thing like that. Do a thing like that, and a thing like that, and a thing like that. Okay. So, there's a cannonball above us. It doesn't seem like there's any other ones. So the second it goes to the left, we can make it jump like this. And it goes all the way to here, so we can't stand around too long. Okay. Very good. A little too early. This is definitely one of those levels that, like, the more you play it, the more you figure it out, the easier it becomes. Which is good! I'm very consistently getting farther into the level. So here we go. Okay. But see, this is where those kind of slopes are going to mess you up, where if you just barely touch it, you're going to fall back down into the cannonball. Now, this is kind of odd to time. Okay, so there's the O already, which is kind of nice. But we don't even have the K, so, like, I'm not too worried about it. Now, where am I jumping to? So, do I slide down, or do I just go as far to the right as possible? Okay. I don't like standing around for too long. You just never know when a cannonball is going to come out of nowhere. So, see, here's those slopes we were talking about. Now, I don't like this next one at all. Oh, okay. Alright. There's a... Okay. Alright, and there's the checkpoint. Only less than 20 minutes in. Wow. That's awesome. So suddenly, the whole kind of dynamic of the level changes from being platforming to floating. And I think that's awesome. This is going to be so cool. So wow, like, you know, all things considered, the first half went very well. Like, ridiculously well, considering what we've dealt with in this hack up to this point. And I see this being an interesting challenge. Now with Dixie. Because, I mean, technically, you know, with the floating ability, you just feel a lot safer, regardless of if the level's easier or not. It just feels good to be able to float now. Okay, so just barely made that. But I think that's what you need, is like a little bit of a, you know, momentum build-up before jumping in there. But alright. And again, you know, the first part was very much like, once we realized what we were doing, we did it, and there was no problem whatsoever. And I feel like that's going to be the same thing in this half as well, where it looks kind of scary, but once we figure out these parts one by one, we should just be able to put all the pieces together and get easily back to wherever it is that we, you know, haven't figured out yet. Now, saying all this, we don't have a 3-up balloon anymore every time we spawn, so we will have to go farm for lives if things get a little bit too tricky. But yeah, so you want to get in there as, you know, soon as you can, but not too soon, or else you get a hole in your forehead. And then she got a hole in her foot. I don't know, it's just, like, it feels like it shouldn't be as hard to time as it is. And again, I'm sure I'll get it and we'll be really consistent at it going forward. I don't know, it's just getting in there. Like, no, see, that would have been too early. That was just a little too late. Like, how can I make this consistent? Okay. Okay, so we don't need the end. Hey, if that's the trickiest part of the level, at least it's right after the checkpoint. So if you die, you can immediately retry again. So there's a lot of silly deaths there, but like they each took up 5 seconds because of just how close they were to the checkpoint. But okay, so here I feel like we don't want to float. Do I maybe need to do like a roll between those instead? There we go. Maybe that's a bit of the trick. Okay, I think we're getting the hang of it. That one we're still a little iffy on. Just for fun, I wanted to see if I could roll under that one. Aha! There you go. I think we're getting the hang of that now. Can you go over these two instead? Okay. Again, you know, there's no reason to not try some different things. Aha! See, I knew we'd eventually figure out how to best deal with that. That one's still a little... You just need to, like, make sure you have the right timing, but... Whoa, back to this part again. Okay, so. Oh, now, okay. Okay. I don't think we got past here yet. Okay, so. What's the best timing for this one? No. Really? See, the spike balls have like the weirdest hitboxes where you can kind of touch them, but you kind of can't. Like, look at right here. Like, we're definitely touching some of the spikes on that guy, but, you know, it didn't kill us. And then other times you touch the spikes a little bit and it's like, well, that time it got you, so I don't know. A lot of things in the Donkey Kong Country games have odd hitboxes. Like, you know, you would think maybe I could just barely clip the corner of that one there, but the game doesn't have any of that. So it's all a matter of playing with the hitboxes and just praying it goes in your favor, but okay. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to life farm. I've lost a lot of lives here, but it hasn't even been, you know, 10 minutes since we reached the checkpoint. So like, you know, we've gone through a lot of lives, but it's just happening so quick. Like, okay, like, there is an interesting kind of, like, momentum to the fluttering that, again, when you're just playing the game normally, you don't really think about, but you don't want to be going straight down and then immediately change direction, because that puts you on kind of like more of an angle than if you're just going to the right for like, you know, a few seconds. It seems like you end up more flat. I don't know, or maybe it's all in my head. It could totally just be that as well. Like, see, since I didn't just immediately go from down to right and I kind of went on it with like a bit of distance, I don't know. I'm gonna be making all this up, and then this one, I think this is as far as we've gotten. We don't know how to time this yet. But again, once we figure out how to time it, it shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to try when it's as vertical as possible. Or rather, when it's at like 12 o'clock. Okay, so you can't just jump and go right. You, again, have to, you know, lower a little bit and then proceed. So we're at a point where I think we have like 2 lives, and I hate to do it, but I guess we're going to have to do a little bit of life farming. And then we'll be back. Wrong world. Alright, thank goodness. It is always a little worrying. It's like, I hope I don't lose the checkpoint, because we did kind of get a little bit lucky with Diddy there, but, you know, it all worked out in the end. But, so see, you kind of want to, but no. We also, our strategy was like to jump a little bit, and everything like that. Okay, and then to do this a little bit, and then go at it like that. Okay, so see, we're learning. It's amazing that something as simple as fluttering with Dixie, you know, there's definitely like still things that you can learn about it. In that case, it didn't seem so evident I've learned anything, but I swear I have. See, like, Oh, I am definitely getting the hang of it. But this is still really awkward to time. Yes! Okay, new content. Yes. Now where? Over or under? That's always the question. Oh! That's exactly like that part right after the checkpoint. Except it's a little bit later, so you know, you're not really ready for it. Okay, wow. I cannot believe how simply we got back here. Now, is this an over or an under? That's the question, right? I'm feeling like it's kind of an over, like I could see the potential to roll under it, but Dixie's roll is not nearly as good as Diddy's, and there's also a cannonball we have to time over there. I'm going over. Okay, okay. What's this? You always kind of try and get a look like ahead, but it's not always easy. And no, that was obviously poorly timed, but yeah, interesting. Oh, and there's those slanted angles I was talking about. I wonder if, like, you know, not hesitating there and just going at it would give you the right timing, or if it's better to stand there a little bit. Still not exactly 100% sure what the best timing for that is, but I feel amazing now dealing with these beginning parts, as I'm sure I'm about to get destroyed for saying that. But, like, I'm not sure what it was about going and getting lives, but I feel way better about that first part now than I did before. Okay, so back here again. Now I'm getting hit by that ball on the rebound, which isn't something I was doing before. There we go. Okay, so hopefully I can just remember that timing and do it again in future runs. Okay, so that's what we do there. We haven't been here in a little while, so I need to remember once again what exactly we need to do at these parts. I think we ended up going over for this one. Okay, very good. And this is as far as we've made it. So you do a thing like this, and you still clip that just a little bit. Okay, I didn't too fast that time. Ugh, getting right between those two. Like, it looks like the gap should be big enough that it's not that much of an issue, but for whatever reason, it just takes time getting used to those things. And you'd think that, you know, there's this one right here that I've gotten pretty good at. It should be exactly the same as that, but because of the kind of, you know, it's a farther distance from the jump, I don't know, it just feels a little bit different for whatever reason. I mean, like, that one's not that bad. Okay, here we are again. But see, like, how far you have to go? I don't know, it just messes me up for whatever reason. And then, yeah, that time we hit the far corner. Alright, here we go again. And again, just a little bit too late on that. I realized that it was going to be too late. Like, I feel like there's probably a system that you can develop for that part. And once I do, it should be easy like every time, but I don't know, it's silly that I keep getting there and dying. I haven't learned it yet, which is rather unfortunate, but okay, I feel like this is going to be the run. This is the run! It's not the run. I'm just getting sloppy. So I think we're going to do a little bit more life farming. Shouldn't really have had to. There's been a lot of silly ones, but I don't know. It's just getting the timing down. It's trickier than it looks, but I feel like, you know, I could probably also be doing better at it as well. Not gonna lie. But we'll get some lives and give it another shot. Oh, no, 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 no. She started fluttering way too late. I don't know. I don't know why that's so difficult. Again, accidentally dropped just a little bit too much before I started fluttering there. Like, it's amazing, like, that's not so hard, but this one, I guess just because of the distance. Oh my gosh, okay. Wow, that is the first time we've done that. Now, what's with this? Like, this is the easiest thing ever. Now, there's a G underneath the ground. Like, what is that implying? And there's a banana down there. Like, obviously, we have to go down and check this out. Okay, so it was just for the G, not for a bonus game of any sort, which is worrying because we're almost at the end here and we haven't seen the bonus game. Okay. So just fingers crossed that the bonus game is like really close to the end then. Gotta always be looking like at the bottom of the screen too for any kind of bananas or such. Alright, now here's that awful formation again with a rotating cannonball as well. Okay. And again, a blind jump of sorts. And is there gonna be a yes? Yes, I expected you. Now, when's the best timing for this though? Like, should I go as soon as it is out of my sight kind of thing? Okay, maybe that's it. Oh, oh, oh. Now. Oh, 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 oh. Can you fit through that? Like, I couldn't even do that properly. I was gonna see if I could curve around, you know, counterclockwise. Like, again, it all comes down to the hit detection on things in Donkey Kong Country being very wonky. Was I actually expected to jump off of that spear from, you know, to the left? And get into that? Or is there something else I'm missing? Actually, that's a good spot to maybe test some things out. We've never gotten that end before. Like, yeah, those spears don't feel great. Like, you can accidentally climb up into them and get hurt. You can just jump and, like, somehow touch the corner of it and get hurt. So maybe we'll use this one to kind of figure out just what's going on. Like, see? Like, I couldn't even fit through that very easily. That one near the end of the level with the bonus game seems near impossible. Unless there's another way to get into it, but I really feel like it wants you to jump from that spear between the cannonball and get into the barrel. Like, okay. I feel like when it comes to hit detection, the cannonballs are more generous than the spear. So we'll have to keep that in mind. But now we have to replay the beginning part here, which, after that part that had been giving me lots of trouble, we actually did fairly decently through the, you know, level that came after that. And I don't really remember exactly what I did to get past the tricky part. That's here? Okay, sure. Okay. I mean, if we want the G, like, we don't really need the G, so I guess we can just skip it. And this one, my trick was to go when you can see it on screen. Yep. And this is where I think a cannonball comes? No, it's the next spot. And this one again, when it's at 9 o'clock. No, didn't really seem to work that time. Maybe a little more towards 8 and 7? Maybe towards 6. Okay, 6 it is. And this, I think, is where the cannonball comes. Yes. And what was my strategy for this again? I think to follow it, right? Like this. And then this. And then not get hit by it. Okay, so... Obviously not quite, because I mean, that's an odd position there. Like, it's not the same as when you're going for the end. That cannonball's a lot lower. So I don't know if there is just like a perfectly angled jump that you could make that gets you there. Like, it's also possible if you continue to the right a bit, maybe there's something else you can jump off of and like double back to the left. Now I'm messing up these simple parts. It's gonna be tricky, and it sucks that every time you want to try it, you have to get there. But the main thing is that I definitely don't want to beat the level. I hope there's not like a barrel I accidentally fall into or something that takes me to the target. Those are the worst. I don't want to have to replay the Diddy part to get back to the second half. Because see, like, look at how... Like... And again, you know, those spears. You just barely nick them. Yeah, the setup there is completely different from the bonus game one. And even this one is difficult. And I feel like the bonus game one is even, you know, trickier. Like, from here... Yeah, like even that one feels bad. The bonus game one feels super bad. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm so good at that. Now see, here's a kind of uncomfortable spot too. I feel like the spears have a lot bigger hitbox than it looks like they have, and I'm definitely going to go back and review the footage and see if that's just in my head or if it's the truth. But it looks like we need to do a little bit more life farming. It can't be too far off now. It's mainly just figuring out that bonus game. I can't imagine that the ending is probably too far past that, so here we go. Okay, so what can we do here? I like how you barely clip the barrel, but it doesn't count. Like, I feel like there's no angle. I mean, if I did like a straight up jump and then fluttered to the left, maybe. But like, you can't really jump just up to the, you know, up. There's always gonna be like a bit of a diagonal to it. That's gonna send you right into the cannonball. So what do we have over here? Can you jump from the top of this platform, maybe? That might be it, though. I have more confidence in that than trying to jump off that spear to the left. So the solution was maybe to go a little bit farther in the level. I'm not gonna write that in as the definite solution yet, but I could see something like that being the case. Alright, back here. So, let's see what we can do. We carefully go up here. So, like, if I do a better jump, I probably... Yes! Okay, that's the solution. Now, how difficult is this going to be? Because the less times I have to do that, the better, for sure. Destroy them all. With what? Who? Where? Why? How? Okay, we got a chest. And we got a K. Huh? There's the empty sys... Or no, yeah, empty sys symbol. Oh, no! I had not seen that coming. We have to replay the whole level. We have to collect all the Kong letters to beat that bonus game. Not in a million years did I see that coming. Because it's exactly like in Kong Conundrum, the only level in World 7, where you had to get all the Kong letters so that the chests later on had TNT instead of Kong letters. Wow. I did not at all see that coming. Now, this is just like, doesn't really matter. But, yeah, so suddenly we thought we were done, and no. So it's been a little while since I played the Diddy part. I don't know what to say. Like, I am just shocked that that was a bonus game right there. To have to... Okay, this is an awkward thing to do, but we can get it. Or not. But yeah, to... You know, get all the Kong letters. So that means I never did get the K or the O. The N and the G are fine. And thankfully it's not like Dragon Coins in Mario World, where if you die after the checkpoint, you lose everything. Wow, though. I can't believe that not getting the Kong letters bit me in the butt so hard. And then I even made a comment earlier on in this video that there was no reason to collect Kong letters because they're not recorded. Like, talk about, you know, karma or whatever. But there's probably a more proper word for that. But, you know, I got destroyed after I said a thing, and then it ended up being not the case. But okay, so yeah, we've never gotten the K. So I guess, you know, I'm gonna have to replay the level, but we're also gonna have to have a bit of a discussion about how to get some of these things. And in the case of this one, something like that, but, you know, land properly is what I'm thinking. Something like that, maybe? Aha! Okay, so that's how you get the K. All along, if we had just done that in our original playthrough, or run-through, we could not have to be replaying the whole level right now. Now, let's see, how much of this do I actually remember? Okay, almost forgot about that guy. But yeah, and I don't think that the O was very hard to get. We just chose not to get it because there was no reason to. But yeah. Like, yeah, like, I don't think that there was anything... Like, it's funny how I just clipped it and I didn't actually get it. But I don't see this being too hard. Like, yeah, and that's all I had to do in my original run-through, and we could have been done by now. Now, what's this? You just kinda... Okay. Ooh. And, okay, so that's the first half again. Not that bad. Here's the checkpoint again, and now we just have to replay the second half. But we keep the K and the O. That's the very important thing here. I was hoping that might work, but no. Like, see, like, oh, you just touch a pixel of that spear from the bottom of all places, and it still hurts you. We did get this end, like, I think, what, once or twice? But it doesn't make it feel any better. Okay, there we go. And there you go, we did a whole loop there without ever actually touching the ground. And the G was easy enough, so now we just have to replay the level. And overall, this was a really fantastic level. I love all of the, shenanigans. It's just, things can be rather precise at times. And yeah, that part right there gave us so much trouble. And yet, after I got it once, it was like, every time after that was just the easiest, peasiest thing ever. And just like that, that's all the Kong letters. Okay. Ah! Oh, but thankfully, even though we got all the Kong letters, I think the game is smart enough to remember that you had the K and O still at the checkpoint, so... so close. So the trick is for Dixie's hair to be in the middle of where that spike is. So the spike points directly to the center of where her hair is, and then you can jump through. That's the trick I've figured out. But then that is also patented by me, so I better not see anyone copying that on the internet. Finally. Hopefully, I did get them all right. I think I got all the Kong letters. Let's see, what's this gonna be this time? A TNT. A TNT. Oh, wait, oh, shoot. 45 DK coins. So maybe the fact that the Kong letters were gray was supposed to indicate that, these are special ones you should be collecting throughout the level, where I thought they were just changed in color to match, like, the level's color palette. Regardless, though, let's confirm, exclamation mark, DK coin. Is Cranky's hint going to be related to the fact that you should collect all of the Kong letters? The forge is Kong Fuse, so exactly referencing the only level from World 7. And there you go. So, I mean, if we had read that beforehand, it could have been a hint, but honestly, replaying the level wasn't that bad. I'm actually amazed just how easily I maneuvered the Diddy part, especially when replaying it. And then, of course, the Dixie parts was surprisingly the one that gave me the most trouble. I'd say all of my deaths in this level definitely tie back to like 3 or 4 points. And then otherwise, it was just having the replay parts which caused, the time to be up there. But overall, again, it was pretty average in terms of how long the other Lost World levels have taken. Just a lot more deaths because they were like happening in quick succession there. But I hope you enjoyed that part. With 42 hours, 27 minutes, only 15 Krem coins left, but we're up to 45 DK coins, 95%. Next time, we take care of what I believe to be the final level of the game. So hope you'll join me then. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you next time. Thank you so much once again for checking out my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it really helps my channel out. With that said, hope to see you next time.